terrifying encounters with some of the most elusive beings imaginable, reports that have been buried for decades, and others that are already viral. Shocking footage from innocent bystanders who are lucky to have lived to tell the tale. Tonight, we leave our national parks behind and travel even further beyond the known world, into the far reaches of imagination. Welcome to a special edition of Parks Unseen, A Realm Beyond. I'm your host, Astrid. Who can say what science will reveal to us over the course of this century? Yesterday's myth may very well be tomorrow's truth. In the extraterrestrial realm, the landscape of what used to be considered pure science fiction has finally found its way to Earth. With the sheer number of bizarre sightings, including those inadvertently captured on home security and doorbell cameras, it has never been clearer that the future truly is here. In some of the biggest UFO alien news of all time, in July 2023, it was disclosed by the U.S. government that, quote, non-human life has been recovered from crashed crafts.
We have crashed craft, stated earlier. Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
How do you know that these were not our aircraft?
Some of the behaviors that we saw in a working area, we would see these objects being at 0.0 Mach, that's zero airspeed. These objects were staying completely stationary in Category 4 hurricane winds. These same objects would then accelerate to supersonic speeds, 1.1, 1.2 Mach, and they would do so in very erratic and quick behaviors that I don't have an explanation for.
What astonished you the most about the flight capabilities of these Tic Tac, very briefly?
The performance, absolute performance. It was.
And you're not aware of any other objects that anybody in the world has, in this world, that has those capabilities?
No, I think it's far beyond actually our material science that we currently possess.
If you've been following this extraordinary scientific breakthrough as closely as we have, let us know in the comments. Where has your own research taken you? What else is out there, just waiting to be discovered? Amid the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, when the mysterious coronavirus dominated the news cycle, the Pentagon declassified 3 videos captured by U.S. military officials, which appear to show UAP, or unidentified aerial phenomena, flying through the night sky. If your attention was elsewhere at the time this footage was released, you won't want to miss this. The first incident was filmed by a Navy pilot off the California coast in 2004. His footage shows an oval-shaped object hovering in the air and not behaving by the normal laws of physics.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is the LNS, dude. Well, if there's like... Look at that thing. It's rotating. Nickel 6-1 Tango, Roger, oh, got it! Woohoo! Roger, there's troubleshooting as soon as I get... Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at that, man.
In a statement, the Department of Defense said it was releasing the videos in order to clear up any misconceptions by the public on whether or not the footage that's been circulating was real, or whether or not there is more to the videos. The aerial phenomena observed in these videos, they say, remain characterized as unidentified. This was recorded from a doorbell camera in Sunrise, Florida in March 2023. 3 lights float as a near-perfect equilateral triangle before separating. This is the same event captured by a different witness a few blocks away. By speeding the footage up, the fluid motion between the objects becomes even more apparent. They appear to be synced or attached together in some way, as they make an almost perfect rotation together as one unit. This illustration helps us to comprehend the physics-breaking movements of the UFOs documented by the DoD.
At 13,000 miles an hour and change directions instantly. We fly the SR-71 at 3,200 miles an hour. If you wanted to take a right-hand turn, it would take you roughly half the state of Ohio to do it. And yet what we're seeing are objects that can do 90-degree turns instantly.
The amount of G-forces exerted after a turn like this would instantly destroy any occupants 10 times over, along with vaporizing the craft.
And we're not talking about speeds of 3,200 miles an hour. They've been clocked at over 13,000.
In June 2023, a line of UFOs suddenly dropped down from the sky over Chicago. It was all caught on camera by a teenager who posted it on TikTok. YouTube channel AFO stabilized the footage and breaks down exactly what we're seeing.
With the understandably frantic and rushed recording job done here, it's easy to miss what was truly impressive about this footage. But what was almost hidden at first is clearly exposed thanks to some great tracking done by QSEC. Look close at the right-hand side of the most predominant UFO. 5 less obvious objects can be seen in alignment. They are then seen through the trees and right up until the end of the clip, where they appear to form a V-shape right before flying off. CGI is a possibility here, but OP gives his opinion on why he thinks it's unlikely. Quote, "I think CGI can be most likely ruled out here, since several of the UAPs are barely visible through the trees. This is very hard to achieve unless you have the trees as a static front layer. Since the trees are moving and are correctly following camera parallax, the only other option is for manual editing, which is quite hard and doesn't seem to be the case here. The recording job is also not amazing. The camera is spun around and it's hard to tell what to focus on. With most CGI work, subtlety is rare. You usually see everything the creator wanted you to see on the first viewing, with little to no obstructions. This footage, however, is quite the opposite. The profile that posted this footage also seems to be a legit personal account who sporadically posts videos of his dogs every few months. It doesn't really make much sense as to why he would randomly create high-quality CGI footage just to leave on a profile he barely pays attention to. Just to reiterate, this doesn't mean the clip is 100% legit, just that these reasons help add to it being authentic.
This footage was captured in Cuba late last year. Appearing like a fireball rolling across the sky, it suddenly morphs into some kind of aircraft vessel with wings. Some skeptics were quick to dismiss the unusual flying object as a kite. Others insist that isn't a realistic explanation. What do you believe? To dig deeper into some of the most current and fascinating intergalactic discoveries, click here or head to the video description to check out Alien Disclosure Files, a new docu-series exploring UAP enigmas, historic encounters, UFOs, government secrets, Mars mysteries, and more. Join us as we unveil the truth, revelation by revelation. Apparitions, ghosts, spirits, supernatural beings. Paranormal activity is a close cousin to cryptids and UFOs, and is perhaps the most experienced otherworldly phenomenon of all. If you'd like to see a future episode of Parks Unseen devoted exclusively to paranormal encounters, please let us know in the comments. In the meantime, here are a few videos from credible sources that we found to be especially spine-tingling. In November 2023, a school janitor is walking through an empty hallway that other custodians don't like to be in during the night shift, and for good reason. This high school was built on a cemetery. Old photos of the cemetery are displayed on the walls, as are original pieces of the headstones. On this night, a young custodian decides to start recording after experiencing something strange. But as he records, something else happens that terrifies him beyond belief.
You know, every night something happens, some spooky shit, I don't know, paranormal or whatever you want to call it, but Yeah, I didn't really believe him until tonight. I was in here cleaning up after some students had thrown a party, but what's been freaking me out is this one right here. No matter where I'm at in the classroom or what I decide to do, it just follows me. And do your thing, you stupid balloon. I got you on camera now, so let's just, see? That right there. Shit. Just... Ooh, okay. See, no. It just follows me no matter what. Ooh! No, I can't.
Feeling immensely unnerved by the red balloon following him, he backs away slowly, before seeing a dark figure race by in the background. This alone was enough to make the janitor clock out immediately. This creepy CCTV footage is from the inside of a shopping mall after hours. Although the mall appears to be empty, an unseen force begins to move one of these motorized toys.
He's not catching ball with you?
Yeah.
You need someone to play ball?
This unsuspecting man was on a Zoom call while trying to distract his child who can be heard in the background, when suddenly... In this recent piece of footage from a home security system, an ordinary snowy night takes an eerie turn. A ghostly apparition seems to materialize, moving across the backyard before vanishing without a trace. We came across this video from a Reddit user who had closed the bar around 3:30 a.m., just a few hours before this was caught on camera. You can see that the chairs are firmly on top of the bar, as the seat back is nearly touching the bar's edge. If someone were standing out of frame and pulling on some sort of wire, the chair would have fallen at an angle, in the direction in which it was being pulled. But it doesn't. The bar manager says this is the most notable thing he's experienced working there. But it's not the first. Baby monitors are notorious for capturing spooky things on camera. We've seen plenty of clips that made us shiver, but this was one instance we just couldn't stop thinking about. Something very strange was captured inside this child's bedroom. The video begins with a young girl laying in bed, staring blankly at the window that's behind the camera. It's unknown as to what exactly it is that she's seeing, but whatever it might be, it seems to have her full attention. She continues to stare at this window when suddenly the camera picks up movement from inside the room. But as we can see in the footage, nothing is moving at first, until this happens. A few months prior to this occurrence, the family's pet cat had passed away due to cancer. So naturally, the mother is alarmed when she sees a strange cat-like figure on the baby monitor. She bolts into the room and asks her daughter if a cat is in there.
Is there a cat in here? Is there a cat in here? No. Oh, sorry. Love you, night. Are you okay? What's wrong? No, it's okay. I was just checking on you. Good night. I love you.
I'm scary.
Huh?
I'm scary.
You're scary?
Huh?
Why?
It's a monster. It's really scary.
There's no monster in the window. I'll look. See? I'll look.
Confused as to what her mother is talking about, the daughter replies no, but says that she's scared. According to her, there's a monster at the window. The mom checks the window and finds nothing there. Although creeped out by her daughter's response, she's more unsettled by the apparition of the cat that was caught on camera. Could this have been the spirit of their beloved pet that had passed away? In August 2023, a couple installed cameras in their home after they started noticing some bizarre activity. The camera footage reveals furniture and other items moving by themselves during the night. After posting the videos on TikTok, followers suggest the 666 rocking chair could be the cause of the paranormal activity. The couple decides to sell the chair, but before they do, more creepy occurrences are caught on camera.
Oh, the hell? Baby!
In this clip, Jorge and his wife sit down for lunch on a Wednesday afternoon. The camera suddenly picks up movement in the corner of the room, even though nothing can be seen. A few minutes later, some DVDs fall off the shelf, but initially go unnoticed by the couple. Until an office chair nearby rolls across the room by itself. Even months later, after the sale of the chair and the birth of their baby, something paranormal continues to haunt the pair. Have genuine paranormal entities been caught on camera? Or is there a more rational explanation that eludes our understanding? You be the judge. If you have a creepy encounter to report, we want to hear from you too. Email monstermythtv@gmail.com to share your own experience or the most haunting clips you've seen online. And if fictional ghosts and scripted spirits are more your speed, head over to our Red Tower channel. With a focus on spooky horror, supernatural shorts, and monsters that are more demon than cryptid, there's bound to be something for genre fans of all tastes. If you enjoyed this journey to a realm beyond, let us know in the comments. In the meantime, keep your cameras ready, stay safe, and remember, you can always sleep with the lights on if you need to. Sweet dreams.